Minot. He's coming in. And today, he's not only going to attempt to land on top of a truck, he's going to attempt to recover from that daring spin. There he is. Kent Pietsch and Jelly Belly. A great combination. Jelly Belly. They've been sponsoring him for a number of years from Fairfield, California. They make those delicious little Jelly Bellies, the favorite of Ronald Reagan. So many other presidents of past and present. Jelly Belly from Fairfield, California, and Kent Pietsch. A great combination. Now check this out. Kent is demonstrating some of the basic aerobatic capabilities of the Interstate Cadet. That airplane, that little airplane that you see right there, all of about 65, 75 horsepower, still able to do aerobatics. How does he do that? Well, it flies on the wing. The engine up front, unlike Mike Wiskus, that was using the engine to do that high alpha pass there, Kent doesn't have that kind of horsepower. He's got to use his energy. Energy management. You'll hear that term thrown about a lot at air shows from announcers that really do know what they're talking about. They'll tell you how it's done. I'm just going to guess. Kent dives down at the ground to build up airspeed. That little engine going 90 to nothing like a caffeine high hamster. Just has enough power to pick it up a little bit. But Kent, because he's so capable, can squeeze every drop of water out of that washcloth and get that airplane to do things just like that. And when he needs a little extra room, he just runs off the end of the runway. Did you see that? That gal about jumped 4 feet and ducked behind the runway. Let's see if Kent's over there. Is he over there yet on discreet?
Okay, good. Thanks.
Yeah, there he is. He's going to be talking to his driver, who I believe is Mr. Nick out there in the truck. You see the truck down there on the left? Believe it or not, folks, Kent from Minot, North Dakota, is going to attempt not to put a record buck on top of a truck, but his airplane, which is historic, by the way. The Interstate Cadet was the airplane that first discovered the Japanese during the attack at Pearl Harbor some 75 plus years ago. That little airplane, that little yellow airplane, was up flying with a lady by the name of Cornelia Ford. She had a student pilot on board. They looked out, and all of a sudden they saw the impending attack. They had Japanese Zero fighters all over them. Kate's, the Val dive bombers. She looked out the window, didn't know what to do. Thankfully, they did not shoot her down. Kent and his brother, though, they actually located the airplane that Cornelia Ford was flying back then on that fateful day, December 7th, 1941. They restored it, and it is now owned by Mr. Greg Anders. You know that name? Yeah. Dad was an astronaut. He owns the airplane now and has displayed it at a few air shows, and they've recreated that morning, December 7th, when the Interstate Cadet, Cornelia Ford, first discovered it. Kent Pietsch, though, he's the guy that restored it. Now let's watch him try to land his Interstate Cadet, the Jelly Belly, on top of that truck out there. How's he going to do this? He's going to drive up behind it, and he's just going to touch down on it. There he goes. Now he's going to do a little rumba and move it on up. Ooh, will he get it in there? Let's see. He's looking for the wheel locks. I don't think he's going to get it on that pass. Let's try it one more time, maybe. We'll see. A little showmanship here, perhaps, might be seen. Yeah, I think it is. Kent having a good time, but now watch it, but he's going to speed up here by putting the nose down. Now he starts his turn. Now, I'm telling you, the truck top landing, for those of you who have seen it, a difficult maneuver to do in perfect weather. But today, a little bit of a crosswind. It's intermittent. Kent's going to have to work extra hard. So will Nick. They'll have to match the speeds and get it exactly right to get that little Interstate Cadet to perch on top of the truck. All, of course, fueled by Jelly Bellies. I gotta warn you, though, Kent had these Jelly Bellies, and he brought them up to Jay Rabbit and I. Brought us a whole box of these things. And Jay and I are sitting here, we're popping these things, and I look back, and Jay looks like Ratfink. His eyes are bloodshot. And he looks like a scared rat back here. And he's jittery and he's moving around. And I'm like, Jay, what's wrong? He's like, my heart is beating. It's beating out of my chest. I don't know what's going on. And then we realized that Jelly Belly had developed these things called sport beans. And we had about 4 boxes of these things at this point, and they are loaded with caffeine. We did not read the directions.
Well, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, as always, this stuff in lieu of actual entertainment.
That's right. They were so delicious, we just kept eating them. But if you get the sport beans, moderation is the key. Kent, who has never been affected by caffeine, is now slowing down to land on top of the truck. Watch him. Holds it right over, just plops it right in. Like a fork. Right back at the buffet. There he goes, nosing it up, wiggling it up. Yeah, he might get it this time. Watch him. Come on, get on it, Kent. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, just lock it in. It looks like he's going to have to go around again. Wiggling his tail. I made the joke yesterday, but I'm not kidding. Kent really was. He's taken up Fabergé eggs now, but in a former life, he was the North Dakota State clogging champion. Did you know that, Jay? He was. He really was. He was the North Dakota State clogging champion a number of years ago. They actually called him Diamond Kent because he had these clogging shoes that were encrusted in diamonds, in jewels. Yeah, when he would clog, women were known to go into this trance who would watch him because his feet would move so fast, so quickly that they just couldn't keep up. He doesn't do that anymore. Now he lands on top of trucks, restores old airplanes. But Kent Pietsch, former clogging champion from North Dakota, now attempting to land on top of a truck. That is his way of telling me to just hush as he does that nice 90-degree knife-edge pass in an Interstate Cadet. I'm telling you, that takes superior airmanship, folks. And Kent Pietsch can pull it off. One of the best guys in the business. I've lost count. Is this the 3rd attempt? I believe it is. This is the attempt that he actually lands it on. The other 2, he swears, are not for show. But I have my doubts. Let's see Kent Pietsch now in the 3rd attempt. Will he do it? I think the odds are pretty good that he will. Let's watch as he sets up for it. I can still hear Peter Griffith. If he were to come to an air show, he'd say, let's play some dramatic music and talk about airplanes. But here he comes. Kent Pietsch slowing it down. He has it this time. Just look at this. Every approach is what makes a great landing. Oh, come on, folks. There he is. It's in the wheel locks. Give him a big round of applause. Kent Pietsch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, on the truck top landing there from Jelly Belly. A nice job there by Mr. Pietsch. He's going to be back later on today to not only do some aerobatics, but he's going to do these aerobatics without his engine running. What? Yeah, Jay, he's going to climb all the way up like 5,000 feet. He's going to turn off his engine, and then he's going to do aerobatics. Yeah, he's going to do loops. He's going to do whifferdills for the crowd departures. Brian's using the fancy words now. That's going to be cool. Kent Pietsch, he's successfully taken back off now, yet again, in the Interstate Cadet. Now he's diving back down toward the ground, and he's going to land it again. I just love watching Kent fly. And he's just a heck of a nice guy. He can sing like Johnny Cash. You'd swear it was him. Right back from the dead whenever he sings in that North Dakotan accent. Ring of Fire, all the big hits. Kent Pietsch and Jelly Belly will be back later today for their dead stick routine. So again, flying without an engine, often thought impossible, but Kent wants to demonstrate this technique a little bit later, just so you might not have as great a fear of flying if you are one of those people that are stricken with that fear of flight. If you lose the engine, not a problem, says Kent. You just glide it right back down, and he's going to show you how to do that here later on in this demonstration. Panchito taking some folks up for a flight again. If you'd like to go